You hold immense power in your hands. The power to create, but also the power to destroy. When it comes to files, you can create a new one by using the touch command followed by the file's name. Then, to create a new directory, you can use the makedir command followed by the directory name. Now that we know how to get around on the file system, it's time to make our own files and folders. First, before doing anything else, let's go ahead and clear our screen. So I'll type clear and hit enter again. And now let's make a new folder to put some stuff into. To do that, you use the makedir command. That's mkdir. And then the only argument to makedir is the name of the folder you want to make. In my case, I'm going to name my folder Baller Stuff, but you can feel free to name yours whatever you'd like. Then go ahead and hit return, and type ls again to see our new folder. And here we see in the middle of all those old folders, we have the Baller Stuff folder. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and navigate into our folder. So type cd, and then whatever your name was. And now that we're inside, let's go ahead and add a file. To do that, you can use the touch command. So just type touch, and then the name of your file. I'll name mine thestuff.txt. And you may be wondering why this command is called touch instead of something like makefile. But the way this command works is that if there's already a file, you can touch it to update its last edited property. A lot of times this will be useful on a web server. Usually there's a file, and when you touch that file, the server will know to restart all of its components. As sort of an added bonus, if the file doesn't exist yet, then touch will just make a new file. Now if we do ls again, we see that we have one file in this folder, and it's called thestuff.txt. Now let's say you want to edit your file using a regular text editor like Sublime or something. To do that, it's useful to be able to see our file and folder in Finder. To do so, just type open, and then space and period. And this opens the current folder that we're in the Finder app. And like we expected, we see we have our Baller Stuff folder here, and we have the stuff.txt right here. And then finally, sometimes you have files that you want to make a copy of. When this is the case, there's a handy command called cp that allows you to copy files. If you come back to your terminal, you can type cp, and then first it takes the name of the original file, in this case the stuff, and then the second argument is the name of the new file you want to make. I'll call mine other stuff. And then hit return, and type ls again, and now you can see that we have two files instead of one. When you have a file you want to remove, you can use the rm command. If you try using this on a folder, you'll notice it doesn't quite work, but there are ways to get around this. When we want to remove things, we can use the rm command. Let's say we want to remove other stuff. In that case, we can just type rm space other stuff and hit return. Now if we clear and do an ls again, we see that the only thing left is the stuff. So that's pretty cool, but what if we want to remove a whole directory? Well, let's try it. First, we'll cd up one level by using the cd ... command. And then let's try and just remove Baller Stuff altogether. Type in rm, and then the Baller Stuff folder name. And here we see that it complains at us, and it says, that's a directory. You can't remove directories with the rm command. So there are two ways around this. One is to use the rmdir command, but this command is kind of weird because the directory has to be empty. If we try and use it real quick, it'll complain that it's not empty. So to make this work, you'd have to go into the directory and delete every file in there manually. Since we probably don't really want to do that, the other option is to use the -r flag of the rm command. So if we type rm and then space -r and then the folder name again, this means that we want to recursively delete the folder along with everything else inside of it. Go ahead and hit return, and this time you see no complaints. If we do one last check with ls, we'll see that our Baller Stuff folder is no longer in here.